for the queen. Sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you guys give to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun-kissed goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti. Black girl magic, melanin popping. Whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, dog.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. How's everyone doing? So, just to let you know, this is a podcast about mental health and wellness, as well as self-empowerment for Black women. I'll help you chase that fire from within. I'm your host, Ursula, and each week I'm going to deliver relevant topics and resources that affect our community. So just remember, once you identify what the problem is when you can start to heal. Welcome to season 2, and thank you for returning, and thank you for any new guests that are here right now. I'm so excited. This next guest who's in the waiting room is personal to me, and we'll explain why. But he is, we'll explain when he comes on. But I want you to know, if you hear my voice, please like, share, comment. Make sure you can start a watch party. If you are into working out at all, definitely share this to any of your friends. If this is on a replay, I want you to type replay in the notes just so I know. And also, if you all didn't know, I am now a global podcaster. So I know I have people in Canada, Nigeria, Jamaica, Slovakia. I have no idea who these people are, but if you are listening, please, I want you, wherever you are located, just type in the notes where you're checking in from. Okay? Okay. So today we are going to concentrate more on the wellness part of this journey. Our guest is Jamie the Motivator. So I'm going to read Jamie's bio. It is quite interesting. Some things I didn't know about him. I thought I knew everything. I guess not. So Jamie Hayes, also known as Jamie the Motivator, he hails from Mobile, Alabama, but he lives in Atlanta. And he's going to give us his perspective from when he was a young child. So I'm going to skip that part, but he's always been into the health and fitness industry. And even in his high school career, he came close to his journey and things happened, but he'll explain that. But as an adult, he's worked with nationally known organizations such as the Boy Scouts of America and the Girl Scouts of America, the Girls Club of America. And he's also done great work in his local community, partnering with fitness coordinators at apartment communities all over Metro Atlanta, hosting health and wellness programs at local churches, and serving as the personal trainer for the Central DeKalb Jaguars football team. He also has an athletic background, and when you see his body, you will say, yes, he does. And he uses many of the same strategies and tactics in his unique style of training. And he also has broad appeal from entertainers to athletes to everyday working class people like myself. His training styles include mass gain, weight loss, calisthenics, etc. And Jamie received his health and fitness credentials through the National Academy of Sports Medicine and the American Sports and Fitness Association, where he obtained his personal training certifications. However, one credential Jamie forgot to list is that he's been my personal trainer. I'm going to bring this king on right now. You hold, please. Jamie! Hey,
Going on?
Jamie.
What's going on?
How you doing, Jamie?
I'm great. I'm great. I just finished up a long day of transforming people, so I got some energy, and I'm looking forward to a good interview with you.
Ah, I love it. And thank you so much for saying yes. Just to before I get into that, Jamie, did I forget anything else on your bio about you?
So what's not on the bio is I'm a father now. I'm an author, um, and world-renowned speaker. So there's a few things to add to it.
I love it. So one of the things that I've always been attracted to Jamie about him is that he is, I hate to say hustler, he is, but Jamie is a true businessman, okay? And Jamie's transitioned from different ownerships. And I don't know if you know this, Jamie, but when you make an announcement, I'm going to tell you. So when you make an announcement that, I'm here now, I'm at this location, I'm my gym is here, it's like a common knowledge, like Jamie's gonna be fine. It's like you like that cat you throw up in the air and it always lands on its feet. That's you, period.
I appreciate
And that's
that.
always been you. Yeah. And you know who I work out with. That's what we say about you. You'll be fine. And you are fine. So my motivation for inviting Jamie is because I've been on this new path of spirituality and having a lot more consciousness, and I'm still learning about it. But Jamie's name, which is Jamie the Motivator, it truly, he lives and he trains by it. And so I always heard of the mind body connection, but literally until I started connecting my mind, that's when I'm like, damn, so Jamie's been doing it. So Jamie, do you remember when you were training me and I would leave early because I would go to the meditation classes?
I do.
Yeah, I didn't get it literally until I started going to those meditation classes and learning about mindset. And I'm like, damn, this is what Jamie's doing. As if I didn't have enough respect for you, just went up even more. So, oh, hold on. We already have comments coming in. Hi, Dorian. And Dorian is tuning in from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
All
And she's
right.
saying hello, Jamie.
All right. Tell her I said hey.
She hears you. She's logged on right now. So, anyways, that's my motivation for having you on with the mind body connection. And Jamie does it all, literally. I'm going to read a few things and you give me your opinion on this, Jamie, okay?
All right.
So, I had read that when you're known as having a mind body connection, that is not just the same, but to get more out of anything. But today we're going to concentrate on the physical aspects of how it connects. And I believe when you start working out, or if you're already working out, that it makes you work harder without physically working harder, because now you're using your brain muscles. What do you say about that?
Yeah. So it's really as simple as I was taught, probably 20 years ago from my coaches that if you're curling a dumbbell, if you're concentrating on the curl of the dumbbell and not, thinking about something random, just that mind mental connection with that dumbbell in your bicep, you get a better curl with it. You get a better flex. You get a better range of motion, and that helps grow your muscles. And a lot of people may think it's taboo when you say stuff like that, but no, if you're running and you're like thinking about you running and you're like envisioning you complete this 5 miles and you're on mile one, it literally makes the process that much easier. And when you can do that with every area of the body, no matter what exercise it is, and it can get to a point where you don't need music, no, if you really dial in mentally, you could be in the dark with your shoes off and working out and not need nothing because you're there. But a lot of people, never get to that place because they got to have everything line up right.
Nice. Real quick, a beautiful woman named Lynn McCrae. She's saying hello. I oh, love her, love her, love her, love her. But she's saying hello and she's checking in from Marietta.
All right. Hey, Lynn.
So before we get a deep dive into that, can you tell people about how your childhood was and what motivated you to become a personal trainer as well as a motivational speaker?
Absolutely. So, so with my family, we're, a middle class family. And, everything was taught to me to just go to school, get good grades so I can get a good job. But I was always, and I asked my parents, how I became the only one in my family that was into sports. I did everything. I did swimming, I did football, I did track, I did baseball, I did soccer. Like I literally did every single sport. And I was going to the Boys and Girls Club, and they allowed me to do every single sport. So at a young age, I was just super active, super fit. But I wasn't really on a nutrition. So at the age of 11, I'm going there for a physical, and the doctor said, "Wow, you're in shape. I'm doing everything physically." But she then says, "Well, you're fat though," because I was a little overweight. But this was an Indian lady, and she didn't realize that, the thing with foreigners is they just say it blunt. They say they don't hold nothing back. So she looked over at my mom and was like, "Yeah, he's fat, and fat kids go to become fat adults. So you need to get rid of the obesity." And I was like, "Obesity? Like, is that a disease or something?" So,
Right.
that from that day forward, it changed everything. I literally looked at myself different from that day forward. And I went home and cried. Talked to my grandmother. My grandma, she was real big into fitness. She was the person doing Jillian Michael tapes every single day. 5 mile tapes, VHS. I remember every summer watching her do that. And so she was my first introduction into the fitness. So when I called her about, the doctor telling me that I was obese and I was about to die, she kind of reassured me that, she just wants me to eat better. So from that day forward, it's like my whole life flashed before me from that day. And I was just motivated to transform physically because I was already exercising and fit, but now it was about nutritionally being serious. So here I am, 11 years old, being conscious. Kids
Wow.
eating cookies, cakes, and pies. I'm eating apples and oranges and doing push-ups. And I just was gone on a different journey at the age of 11.
Wow. I didn't know you played soccer or you were a swimmer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did swimming up until graduation of high school. I did soccer up until middle school. I did track, baseball, football. I did it all.
So is that why when I'd be on the treadmill, you come and press the plus button in the incline on the treadmill because you're running?
Because it's another level. It's another level that I'm trying to take you to.
God damn.
And with that being my background, I have a level of intensity. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I could feel you walking up behind me. And I'm like, damn, I hope he goes to somebody else. And here you go. Boop, boop, boop.
Taking you out their comfort zone.
Yeah. So tell us about the motivational speaking.
Absolutely. So the motivational speaking, it was literally, that was something that I didn't see at a young age. I just knew I was passionate about fitness. I knew I was passionate about exercising, and I knew I wanted to help people exercise, but I really didn't know that I wanted to be a motivator at the time. So I was 5 years into my business, and so I'm one of those trainers that, whether I'm training 20 people or 2 people, throughout the whole workout, like I'm talking organically, I just started to realize that I'm always talking in metaphors, and I'm always seeing the bright side of something, the optimistic way of something. I'm always coming up with analogies with exercising and not quitting and not stopping it, taking everything and flipping it for motivation. And I was literally in a session, and one of my clients was like, "Man, you are literally Jamie the Motivator." And I was like, and when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's what I'm gonna start calling myself. I'm Jamie the Motivator." And this was 2014. And from that day forward, I was already living it, because people was like, "Man, you
Yeah.
talking parables. You always, like, man, only reason why I come to work out is because I know I'm gonna hear you, push me through." And, I went out and created a logo and just kept running with the name.
It fits perfect. And I've lived this working out with you being my trainer. It's truly like having truly a personal workout session, but you also have this guru like on your shoulder. And I don't know how you do it. We're working out doing our circuits and you'll be on your phone. And I don't know, just out of nowhere, you could see us. Here you come. Oh my God. But I always welcomed it. It's some good training for real. It really is.
Thank
But
you.
I love the motivation part. Aside from the physical, like Ursula, put 10 more pounds. Aside from that, it's truly what you were feeding here.
Exactly.
And it does take your workout to a next level. And when I started doing and training and learning about mindfulness, that's the same thing. And that's where the mind-body connection and or mindfulness is the same thing.
Correct.
The parables, all of that.
Yeah, it was just organic.
See, you had your calling already. That's pretty amazing. So have there been any times where somebody was just resistant to the mindfulness and whatever you said and it made them click and they said, okay, I'm going to try it out. And then you saw a difference in their workout. How does that look?
So at this point, I've been training about 12 years professionally. So I realized like in the first 2 or 3 years, whether it was male, female, young or old, I wasn't training people, I was training personalities. So when I connected with, I don't know, so no matter who I'm training with, I've already met their personality. And I train according to the personality. So if I have somebody that's already kind of self-motivated, it's no need for me to kind of, push them along. They just need a guidance. They just need a guide. They don't need a pusher. They don't need a drill sergeant. They just need somebody to kind of educate them, expose them and challenge them. But they're ready to go. But the next person who comes in with their head down, they're not really motivated. They're taking on the day. They stressed out with the family and friends. That person I got to pour into. I got to pour and build them up. I got to make them excited. They got to feed off my energy. So it's just two examples like that of how I approach everybody. Some people have it and some people don't, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to work out. It's just mentally they need it pulled out. So, that's my approach. So I think that's what makes me so different with training with people. I can have 10 people that I'm training at one time and I'm going to, base the workouts, base my interaction, my conversation, my engagement based off the personality. And that's my approach. So it's not just, it's a method to the madness.
I see, because here's one of my many experiences with you. I'll come in from work and I'm putting my items in the cubby and I'm taking way too long on my phone getting the setup.
That's a personality. That's a personality trait. I know those people that their prep work is 10, 15 minutes because they really don't want to work out.
And then all of a sudden, Ursula, that's you. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. This is you. Come on, let's go. I'm like, yeah, he's on one, but you're always on one every day. That's why you're Jamie the Motivator.
Exactly. So, I have out of hundreds of people that I train, I have a small group of people that do that all the time. They're gonna do that every day. They're gonna do the same thing over every day. So I already know what to say, what to do. A lot of times I gotta hit them when they hit the door.
Was I like that?
You right in the middle. Some days you coming and some days you need to be pulled.
Fair. I'm going to read this little snippet, and this made me think of you 1,000,000%. So, and it's off of takingcharge.org. What is the mind-body connection? And this is a great example of what we call the examples of what our thoughts, our feelings, belief, and attitudes that we have from within and how it can positively or negatively affect our biological functioning. In other words, our minds can affect how healthy our bodies are. On the other hand, what we do with our physical body, meaning what we eat, how much we exercise, or even our posture, can impact our mental state. Again, positively or negatively. And the results are a complex interrelationship between our minds and bodies. And that sums you up to me right
That's
there.
a mouthful. That's a mouthful.
It is. But that's you. That's you. For real. So anyone who's listening now, I would love for you to put in the comments what's your favorite body part you love to work on. What's your favorite cardio you like to do? Talk to us. Talk to us. If you have any questions for Jamie the Motivator, just type them in the note. I will be sure to read it to him and we'll keep on moving. How about that? Jamie, another reason what really attracted me to how you train, you had a t-shirt and it was so cool. And I didn't get it until I started taking my meditation classes at this Buddhist church down the street, that main street.
Correct.
So it had MI and it was the mindset. And when you had that, I was like, I get it now. I get it. So do you mind showing our listeners
Absolutely.
that picture?
So yeah, in my office, I have these my daily mantras. It's kind of hard to not be motivated when you see these.
Can you explain what greatness means to you?
Absolutely. So the
As
term
far as
greatness.
mind-body connection.
Yeah. So the term with greatness, as far as mind-body connection is, for me, it's really about the example of what you see as in your journey. So I had somebody a long time ago tell me that you don't know how great you can be until you are showing examples of it. So when a lot of people are, coming to exercise with me, it's not just the workout itself that they're coming for. They're coming to be fed, and that's mentally, which starts mentally and then it's going to automatically flow physically.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Success. There it is. That's my favorite one there. So because we are also having an audio podcast, let's start with hustle and we'll work our way back. Can you explain what the hustle is with the mind-body connection?
Absolutely. So with the hustle side of it is, so when you first started off, you talked about, me being a hustler. So it doesn't matter whether you're in corporate America down to, volunteering at the homeless shelter, and everything that you're doing, like it takes intentional effort. Like, and it's about one of those things where it's not about how you feel. It's not about, your emotions, what goes on. It's about having that intentions, like having the effort every single day. And you can apply that to every area, from the hustle with nutrition, because it's always going to be a valid reason of an excuse not to do something, a valid reason of a distraction that's going to hold you back or not make you feel a certain way. But once you, have that mindset with hustle, I related to sports a lot of times. I wasn't the tallest playing basketball, but anytime I go to any basketball court, I'm going to get picked up because I'm hustling. Like, we can be 10 points down, I'm still running at 100% energy, and they're like, "Yo, that dude's a hustle. That dude's hustling." So, and I take that same energy with business and relationships. It's just, and fitness, nutrition.
Can you explain how that means with the nutrition part?
Absolutely. It's just having that intentional effort. You don't always feel like eating salads every day, eating bird food, drinking water, but I get a chance to do it, so I'm going to do it with intentions. I'm going to do it with high energy.
Nice. I like that. Well, let me see the other picture that was next to the hustle. What was that?
Vision.
Can you explain that? How there's a connection, the mind body connection with that?
So before, it's like when I'm talking with my clients, it's day one. I'm asking them, okay, they say, well, I want to lose weight. I want to build muscle. I want to just get back in shape. And I say, why? What do you mean why? I need to look better. But I'm explaining to them, if you don't have a vision in your mind of why you want to look a certain way, or if you don't have a clear cut vision of where you're trying to go, then you'll come and work out and it won't connect because you don't know where you're going. You don't have a vision for it. And people think that you only supposed to have a vision, when you're driving. You gotta have a vision for everything. You gotta have a vision for a job. I'm working at this job because of what? It can't just be only to pay bills. Like, even if you're working a job, the vision needs to be, this is a stepping stone. This is a learning experience. This is, I'm going to be here to network with people. I'm going to learn what to do and not to do. Like, that's having vision.
So I hear you saying vision is also like setting your intentions on how you're working out, why you're working out. It's just like being a truck driver we're here in Georgia and you have to drive to California, and you have the truck is ready to go, but you don't have a roadmap.
Yeah, it's a foresight. Having vision is the analogy of a 18-wheeler. When the 18-wheeler gets ready to turn, they have to start 100 feet out getting ready to turn because they're wide. But when you on a bicycle, you can just turn.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So I saved my picture, the last one, for the best because I love that one. The mindset. Huge for me. Can you explain that? The mindset with the mind-body connection.
Yeah. So what the mindset is, like, it's really limited by the thought process. So you will literally look at everything as a problem if your mindset allows you. I look at everything with a solution. Yeah. So my mindset, I tell some people, like, you're so negative that you find a problem with every solution. And I'm one of those people where I need a solution with every problem.
Can you repeat that again?
So many people are so negative, they find a problem with every solution. And I decided to
repeat that one more time.
So many people have a problem. They're so negative that they find a problem with every solution.
Energy vampires.
Yeah, and when you have the right mindset, you will have a solution for every problem. When you realize that life is a nail, like all of life's distractions, good or bad, ups or downs, you just become a hammer. That's it.
I like that. I'm going to read one more thing, and it's talking about the brain, the mind-body connection. And I would love for you to give me your thoughts on this. The brain and the nervous system, the endocrine and the immune systems, I cannot read tonight. All of the organs of our body and all the emotional responses we have, they all share a common chemical language and are constantly communicating with one another. And that's from James Gordon, and he's the founder of the Center for Mind and Body Medicine. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. So, yeah, he said a mouthful.
Didn't he?
So for me, it's like, when I'm connecting my mindset to everything, I go with my conscious mind. My conscious mind is my limited thinking, my limited belief on something, and my limited action on something. But when it comes to the mindset, I actually like the subconscious. So, if you're talking about exercising, if you're talking about, saving money, becoming more wealthy, I feel like as you feed the subconscious mind for any area of your life, that's going to connect to the conscious mind. That's going to allow you to be more successful in what you're trying to do. Because, a lot of times we do stuff just with reaction. Like, we don't go to school to learn how to scratch our nose. It's just when it itches, we scratch it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you feed that subconscious mind this the motivation for exercising, eating right, being around the right people, getting rid of stress, not allowing, bad times or circumstances to detour you off your journey. So many people like, well, I stopped exercising and working out because I was going through a hard time. That
Right.
was their conscious mind. But if they fed their subconscious mind, when that hard time came, the subconscious mind will let them know, like, just because I'm going through this hard time, that's even more of a reason to keep going, to stay busy. Now I'm not staying dormant. Now I'm working through what I'm going through.
So we're going to start wrapping it up soon. This was a very quick hour. Wow. I'm loving this. Give me an example of how you would tell someone they walk in and you could already see them already down and now they're on the floor and they're still dragging. Well, like what's something you would say while they're working out or getting ready to, like what's your jump start? What's your jump cables?
Yeah, so the jumper cables is asking them, and I like to, like, versus just saying stuff. A lot of times I ask questions. I'll flip it back on them, those questions, because it gets their mind going. And once it gets their mind going, they usually answer the question themselves. But it's just about, I try to empathize with people, because I try not to be one of those trainers that's like, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, all that kind of stuff. It's cool and it works, but you actually, what I'm saying, you beat people down that way. You make it unrealistic for them, and they'll go through that day, but they're not going to come back. So I just, I have them find the bright side of something. So they're like, hey, yeah, they're on the floor. Yeah, they're not motivated. Yeah, they're struggling, but they still accomplished something today. They still showed up. So I'm finding the bright side out of something. I'm saying, well, just keep showing up until it gets better. It's not going to be hard every day. It's going to start to get easier at some point. So I just kind of, and they're like, okay, that does make sense. Okay, well, hey, I'm going to come back again tomorrow. And before you know it, now they're feeling accomplished. When they come in, we did 30 minutes the first day. The second day, we did 32 minutes. They're like, okay, man, I'm making strides. And I'm helping them see the bright side of it.
Right. That's some good stuff. That's some really good stuff. And I love how you always put the positive twist to most workouts. I mean, that's what it's about. Because working out, it's fun, but it is taxing, but it is truly your mindset on how you look at it,
So I tell everybody, without the negative, you have no positive. When you get a battery, there's a positive, negative with everything. There's a positive on one side, negative on the other side. But, conversely, when you're talking about a car, you can't jump a car unless you put the jumper cables on the positive and the negative. That's what jumps the car. So, I tell everybody, cool. Any and everything that's negative today, that's fine. I'm going to give you the positive. We're going to jumpstart.
Here's the $1 million question. How is it that you have eyes on the back of your head? Because I could never understand how I would be on the other side of the gym, like that bigger gym. I don't care where we are. You always seem to see what the hell I'm not doing. Let me keep it real. How do you have that? Were you born that way with eyes on the back of your head?
I think at this point, it's just the wisdom. I think it's just intuition, wisdom, experience. A lot of times, I can have 5 people in the room, and somebody's working out to the side. They could be, moving and stopping, moving and stopping. I'm talking over here, and I go back to the next person. I'm like, all right, we got 1 set left. And they're like, well, how did you know? I don't know. It's at this point, I don't know. Like I said, birds just know how to fly. You don't teach them how to fly. They just know how to fly.
I don't know. I really, truly, I don't know how you do it. Because when people will come in, so everyone, if you don't know, when Jamie was training me, he had circuits, different areas. So it wasn't like 6 o'clock, everyone comes in. You come in when you come in, but you're going to start at circuit 1 and work your way around. point being is people come in at all different times. I do not know how Jamie, I don't know how 6 people could come in and you knew exactly where everybody was supposed to be. And the most you would probably ask is, okay, well, what set are you on? After that, it was a wrap. That's some amazing stuff.
Yeah, your grandma, when she used to, make her cakes and make her pies, she's not using a measuring cup. She's eyeballing. She's been doing it so long. She's just pouring and pouring and doing stuff, and that's one of the best cakes. Grandma not use the measuring cup and okay, let me weigh this. No, she's just doing her thing. It makes it look effortless.
Yes, and the cake tastes good.
Amazing. Yeah.
So we're going to start wrapping it up. I'm going to put a graphic on. And while I put that on, if you can just explain to people about what you offer. If I'm going to pull it up right here. If you can explain to everybody this.
Absolutely. So this is my general, so if this is your first time being introduced to me, everything I provide is more of a holistic approach. So we're not just doing exercise. We're not just training, but, I do different forms of fitness. So a lot of people think that, there's a one size fits all, but there's different things that I customize for my people.
Okay. So the packages you have offered, I see nutrition on there. What's that about?
Yeah. So the nutrition, I tell everybody, 80% of your results comes from your eating. So we can work out 7 days a week, but you can't out-train a bad diet. So, the nutrition is number one on there. So that's the foundation. Whether you're trying to lose weight or build muscle, what you put in your body is going to help see the results, but also it's going to give you the fuel for the workouts. If you're drinking sodas and, processed foods, of course you're not going to have no energy to come work out. You put trash in your fuel tank.
Right. This is, I can attest to this next one. It has injury prevention. So those who do not know me, aside from COVID being in the way, I'm an avid racquetball player, and I had a horrendous accident on the court, and I almost broke my ankle, and my ankle was literally this big. So there was about a week and a half I could not walk. But when I was able to be mobile, I went back into the gym with Jamie, and he cared that I had an accident, but that swollen ankle meant nothing. Even with my brace on, you remember that? That was bad. Yeah. Anyway, so can you explain about injury prevention?
Yeah. So with injury prevention, like you have to train in a way as you get more mature in age. Your bones start to deteriorate already. So, you're more prone to injury. You're more prone to, that's why aches and fall downs and, muscle groups take longer to recover because we get more mature in age. So if I train within a way where I'm strengthening your joints, ligaments, and then the muscles around the joints, that keep people, a lot stronger and keeping this lifestyle going. So whether you're 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I'm going to train you in a way where we're protecting the frame of the body.
Okay. What about weight management?
Weight management is just teaching people, how to maintain a certain weight. So many people have this yo-yo approach to life. They have this extreme, one extreme where they don't do anything, don't eat right, and they gain 50 pounds. And then they have another extreme where they have to eat 600 calories a day and they lose 50 pounds. But both of those ends of the spectrum are not realistic. You can't maintain that. You don't feel good on either end of the spectrum. So how can we manage the middle, the balance out, the middle? And that's how I'm teaching them. So the 80-20 rule, teaching people to eat 80% of what they're supposed to eat, and then 20% of what you want to eat. And I'm a realistic person about that. I love cookies and ice cream, but I don't let the cookies and ice cream love me. So I'll do it. I'll do it once a week if I feel like I need it. But sometimes I get disciplined. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna do it this week. But I don't hold myself to such a high standard to where it's not realistic, and I binge and I'm just going crazy.
Right. What about people like myself who weigh 120 pounds? What about the back?
Hey, at the end of the day, I tell everybody, it's about when you look in the mirror, you know, outside of your clothes, do you like what you see? You know, we got a mutual friend called Naked Fine. You know, that's what he calls his brand.
Do you
So
know I just talked to him this morning? No
absolutely.
lie. I just talked to him this morning.
Yeah. So yeah, we go back, and it's a great mantra and philosophy because you know you can wear your clothes up to your belly button, up to your chest, and camouflage. You know, certain clothes. You know, men can layer up and stuff like that. But when you take your clothes off, when you look at yourself in the mirror, it doesn't matter what weight you are. Are you comfortable and are you confident with what you see?
When I was going to Weight Watchers, one of the leaders said, you want that ice cream and the cookies and the pizza? She said, have it. But before you do, strip naked, sit in front of a mirror, and then eat it. I was like, damn, that was,
Yeah, that'll change your mind real quick.
hell yeah, big
You know,
time.
it's as simple as if you wear an outfit that's in the closet and it's a little too small, chances are that day you're not going to eat crazy because you want to make sure that you can still look good in that outfit throughout the day. But if you wear something big and you know it camouflages this, oh, you gonna pig out.
Facts. Facts. Well, we're going to start wrapping it up. I just want to let everyone know, if you want to visit Jamie, and if you want to actually take a look at his social media, you can see all his motivation, his videos. It moves me. You see how much I'm on your Instagram, and everyone, today is what, February 4th. I want you to go on his Instagram. He made the funniest video, but it resonated, and it's so true. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to go and log on to his Instagram, which is Jamie the Motivator, and his website is in the show description, so you can see everything. And he's very well connected, so you cannot miss him, whether if it's jamiethemotivator.com, like everything is on there. And all his motivation, if you want to hire him to be a motivational speaker, he does everything. You just got a mere, just a tidbit of what he really can come with. And I'm speaking this from experience because I've worked off and on with Jamie for a while now. Is there anything else you'd love to tell our listeners? Any upcoming events, or what you got going on?
No up and coming events right at the moment. People are always invited just to tap in, come check out. You know, in the facility, we're still making it happen. I have a new state-of-the-art training facility in the Chamblee area. I've been here like less than 6 months, so it's a nice facility. People love it, and you know, just remember to remind people that life is movement. If you stop, you die. You gotta choose life.
Period.
That's it.
Jamie, thank you so much. Just talking to you is refreshing, and yeah, I miss being inside of a gym, like everything about it. I really do. COVID needs to be over.
Yeah, I agree.
It does, but you know, there is always outdoors, and it's getting warmer, so the sky will be my four walls when that time comes.
Yeah, it will be warm in the next month, so you better get back out there.
Yeah. Exactly. So before we get off, I just want to tell everybody thank you for tuning in. Oh, we have another comment. Hold on, Jamie. Let's see who it is. Hey, Sarinthia. She said, Jamie, I'm in a workout pandemic. Save me.
Got to start somewhere.
Okay, you heard him, Sarinthia. I didn't say it. Can you repeat it again for her?
You just got to start somewhere. Wherever we need to start, that's where we got to start at.
Guess who just logged in? Jacory.
That's my guy.
I love Jacory. You know, Jacory is going to be on next, in March.
Okay.
Totally different subject, but
yeah,
you know,
me and Jacory go back 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
God, isn't that funny? Yeah, Jacory, You all are similar, not the same, but you definitely not the same, but just the motivation itself. Yeah, but we'll get into Jacory in March. Jacory, I'm coming for you. But yeah, he really is coming on sometime in March. But right now, it's all about Jamie the Motivator. You all go visit him, Jamie the Motivator. What did he say? Family Tuck Nation.
Yeah, that's Tucker High School.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, ninth grade. We've been knowing just since ninth grade, Tucker High School.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Tucker High School's finest, for real.
Yeah.
So just want to let everybody know, if anything about this podcast made your soul vibrate, definitely like, share with well, at least 2 friends minimum. Visit Jamie's page, as well as I have a website that will be launching very, 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 very soon. I want you to go into the show description and click on the link so that you can opt into the email, so you all can take advantage of merch discounts, any upcoming events, which will be virtual, and when it gets warmer, some outdoors. But I definitely want you to opt in, and you can be the first to know about everything that's coming up with Black girls getting their shift together. As well, I definitely want you to tune in tomorrow. We have Sarita Ibrahim, who's a therapist and a trauma specialist. And we are, I'm trying to get everybody right for Valentine's Day. Is right around the corner. February is the month of love. But tomorrow, the topic is toxic D. Jamie, what you think about that? Like, you lean back on that one. It really is. It's toxic D, which is the traumatized drug of choice for some single women, some married women too, and men. But that's what we're going to get into. So today was really good. It was for the wellness of the body and mind, but we're going to go down a little deeper in between the legs for the toxic D. Okay? With that being said, I love you all. Thank you so much, Jamie. And take care, everyone. I will see you later.